Hi, this is Bill Hartzer. Today we're talking about standing out, managing your business presence online. This is part of the Launch, Learn, and Lead series with the Better Business Bureau. A little bit about me. I'm CEO of Hartzer Consulting at Hartzer.com. I have a blog at BillHartzer.com. I'm originally the founder of the Dallas-Fort Worth Search Engine Marketing Association way back in 2004. I'm also a U.S. brand ambassador for Majestic.com, which provides website link data. I'm also a brand ambassador for OnCrawl.com, which is an SEO audit and website crawler. I've been practicing organic and natural SEO since 1996, formerly the Senior Vice President of Advice Interactive, Globe Runner, and Director of SEO of Standing Dog. In this series, I'm going to talk specifically, there are three parts actually. There are three parts to managing your presence. The first part is getting listed, making sure everything is accurate online. The second part is actually responding to any inquiries you get and any reviews. And the third, I'll talk about promotion. In this first part, let's talk about getting listed. Getting listed online, can actually people find you when they search? If you go to Google or go to your pick up your smartphone, your iPhone or your Android phone, your Google phone, Samsung phone, search for your business name online. Do you actually show up? And is there a Google My Business listing? In this case, there's two examples here of a Mola farm. And a Mola farm has a Google My Business listing, which is shown here on the left side. This is a Google search for a Mola farm. And they have a website, they have a Facebook page, and they also have a Google My Business listing, as well as some other listings out there on the web. So, in fact, in this case, this business in particular is found right there, and most of the search results are for their company name, which is a good thing. First, we're going to set up, though, and claim our business listings. If you are a new business, or even if you're an established business and you've actually done a search and you do find your company name, you may have a website, you may have some listings out there, but the primary ones that we're talking about, the ones that are going to make the biggest difference here online, is having a Google listing, which is Google My Business, a Bing listing, Bing Places. And I didn't mention here Apple Maps is a place where you can get listed as well. I really like and I recommend a Better Business Bureau listing. Even for all businesses, whether you're a member or not, you can get a listing. And a Facebook page, not just your personal Facebook page or your profile, but think about a business page for your business. And in certain cases, we're talking about probably a Yelp listing as well. All of these listings require that you claim them, and so they may be out there, and those listings may be there, but at the same time, let's claim our listings. It's typically going through a verification process, like logging in, having an account, having a Google account, and tying that Google account to your listing specifically. There's, for all of these, Google, Bing, Facebook, Yelp, and so forth, there is a requirement typically that they either send you a postcard in the mail or you do it by phone to verify the listing. Most importantly, let's check the accuracy of the listing data. The name, the address, the phone number, we call that the NAP, the NAP data, name, address, phone. Those can actually be in a situation where it's actually hurting your business, in that there may be a couple different listings, there may be different versions of your name out there. The biggest problem I see is accuracy, and sometimes their spellings or different versions of the name, the address, the actual street name, and so forth, all in the suite number. It all has to be correct and mentioned in the same way everywhere. So name, address, phone number is important. Actually having a website, actually having your company domain name is extremely important to tie all this together. And then we're talking about social media, wherever you're mentioned, so social media like a Twitter account, a Facebook account, so forth. All of these listings need to have the same accurate information. Let's talk about response and responding. Okay, we've verified we do have information out there in responses. That's going to be extremely important because of the fact we need to reply online to our customers and our potential customers. We actually need to reply. Okay, there's so many situations I've seen where, sure, there is a phone and there's a phone number and there's an address and there's a location. But there are so many different ways that the business can be contacted, that you can be contacted, whether that's through, the phone, obviously the phone, people filling out a form. We need to answer the phone for your business. You need to reply to emails, and make sure your contact form, any contact form that's on your website, it actually has to work. And technically speaking, even I've had the same problem myself. Just sometimes random things happen, technology, and for some reason, whatever it is, one day the contact form just stops working, and you stop getting leads, or you stop getting people filling out the form. So that's important. I typically recommend testing your own website form, once a week. If it's really critical and you get a lot of leads every day, I would check it every day. If you do notice though that all of a sudden you typically get a couple form fills, people filling out the form every day or every couple of days, and you don't get any, that's going to be a problem. There's several different places though. Also, Google My Business has a place where people can ask questions, and people can pose and give answers. That's an area that you need to pay attention to. The same thing with that's Google My Business and Google listings. So same thing with the Facebook page. You can actually set up Facebook Messenger and Messenger to actually auto respond to messages, but you can actually respond to messages as well. Let's talk about promoting. There's two really things we have to understand before we actually get into promoting our business, okay? There's actually two different things, two different ways, if you will, that we need to understand. And this can make a huge difference in our strategy and the marketing strategy overall. So the first question is, are you a local business or are you a national business? Basically, where are your customers located? Do you have a location where people walk in the door? And customers, consumers, your restaurant, or if you have a location where your customers are around you within, let's say, 50 miles or so, and they come to your location, then you would be considered a local business, even though you do national business as well. If your customers are only online, they never come to your you work out of your home, or they never come to your location, even though you have an office, and all your customers are, let's say it's an e-commerce and you sell only online, then you'd be more of a national business. And it comes down to the fact is, what kind of keywords are they going to search for? What kind of keywords customers are going to search for? For example, are they going to search for Tyler widgets, or what if you sell widgets, okay? Or are they just going to look for widgets? Are they going to look for specifically just just widgets or just just a product that you sell? That is a really big question, because if we do want those city names, if we do want a Tyler and Longview, if you have those locations, if those keywords, if you want to appeal, then you're a local business, and that's going to be important with two different strategies here. Okay, so important for national businesses that are just only online, that don't really have a local presence or don't really have their customers coming to their retail location. Website optimization, SEO, search engine optimization, and your website content are going to be extremely important, that you need to focus on. We need to make sure that our website is is mobile friendly, that you can view the website and it's easy to get around, and you can actually click on things and navigate the website, and that you can get that. As a national business, you need to put aside some marketing dollars to invest in SEO and building web pages and and content. Have a writer write articles and blog posts and things that can be shared on social media. The other thing is that a Better Business Bureau listing is actually really important and part of my even a national strategy, because it's specifically part of Google's what we call the EAT ranking, part of their algorithm, and that stands for expertise, authority, and trust. And that we have to be able to prove to Google that we deserve to be listed in their search engine at the top of the search results, or even on the front page or first page. We need to show that our business or our website that and our brand, our company, has expertise in what we do. They are they're authoritative in the industry, and they can be trusted. And one of the specific things that Google mentions in their documentation, they have a quality raters guide that they put out, and they tell their contractors who are rating their search results that a Better Business Bureau listing specifically is a good thing to have and a good thing to look for to make sure that that business has it. The other thing is that for social media and being on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, when important, that's really important for a national business. For example, it's one that is an e-commerce business. So a little bit about website SEO, website optimization, website content. SEO really is not just about putting the keywords on your page. Okay, it's you don't really just. Over the years, SEO has changed a lot. It used to be in the 90s we could mention a keyword and put it in our meta tags and our title tags and mention it on the page, and we would rank in the search engines. But now the search engines use so many different advanced algorithms with AI and so forth that they understand our content a lot. And so they're actually, as far as ranking factors, there's over 1,000 ranking different factors of where that keyword, where that keyword appears, where and a lot, and even including that EAT and the expertise, authority, and trust. Okay, so there's a lot of factors, and basically what we want to do is use our website to educate our customers. Okay, my theory is that the more we tell our customers about what we sell, or actually we want an informed customer. If I'm selling SEO services, I want you to know as much as possible about SEO and understand the whole process. Okay, and I don't want it to be such a mystery. That's not our goal here. If you sell salt lamps, if you sell salt lamps and on the web, and in fact or salt lights, then and those are going to help you with health effect, having a health effect and so forth, and be and so forth. You want to educate your customer about the health benefits of the product that you sell. And so the more content, the more stuff you can write about it, the more the videos, the photos, all of that comes into play, and whether or not you're going to show up in the search results. In a lot of cases, when it's not just about keywords anymore, it's about people going to Google or going to a search engine and asking a question. They ask questions a lot, and so some of those questions and content is important for have on our website. Now you can go to Google and type in SITE colon, yourwebsite.com or domain.com, and look at your competitors who are showing up, and you can get an idea about how many pages and how much content they have on their website. If you have a website and you want to compete with with somebody who's also always ranking or always showing up, and if they have 500 pages on their site, well, you're going to need to get close to that number. If it's 20 or so, then fine, you need to be about 20. But you need to be understand your competitors and search for like keywords, and use the site command. Understand how many pages a website has indexed in the search engines. It makes a difference. So a little bit about websites and mobile friendliness. We all have phones, and sometimes some of us have one or two phones, and tablets and so forth. There's laptop use has been going down, and everybody's going towards mobile. So you absolutely you have to have a mobile friendly website. If your website has not been updated in I'd say 10 years, 5 years, then most likely it's probably not going to be as mobile friendly as it could be. The other part is that it's got to be secure. We have to move from typical, old traditional HTTP websites to HTTPS, and basically it means that there's more privacy for your visitors, and our websites is more difficult to get hacked. It's more difficult to especially have if you have credit card information, every single page on your website needs to be HTTPS. And so there's two things: mobile friendly. Google has a mobile friendly test. HTTPS, we need to make sure that we've moved from HTTP to HTTPS, and that's a process to go through that. So invest in SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. There's many people like myself out there who specialize in it. As mentioned, it's not just about adding keywords to a page. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes resources, and we start with keyword research. We need to research the topics, the questions, the content that visitors are looking for. And we need to provide that information. So there's two parts. There's actually the on-page optimization, where we have a search engine friendly website and search engines can crawl it and visit it. But at the same time, we need off-page. We need links. We need mentions. We need mentions of our brand. We need to prove expertise, authority, and trust. And we do that from getting mentions like on the BBB listing and mentions on websites that are trusted. I mentioned BBB listing because it's just important. I mean, it's part of Google's EAT, expertise, authority, and trust, part of their algorithm. And there's a lot of different ways, and there's actually documentation and several hundred-page document that shows of what and explains what experience. Actually, it's expertise, authority, and trust. You show that expertise with your experience, and without it, it's more difficult to rank well in the search engine results pages. It's also a little bit about social media. Social media, extremely important, especially for local businesses. We need a Facebook page, whether or not if you're a national business or whether you're a local business, or even if you're somebody who is a professional. You should have your own Facebook page that is your professional page that you can post on, and that's different than actually your own personal profile. With a Facebook page, we can actually directly connect with our customers and potential customers. We can actually, through ads, we can display an ad of people in our zip code, people who are right in our area. You can specifically choose to show those ads not only just to people in an area, but people, the demographic targeting of their likes and interests, their age group, how much money they make. That's all potential there. Instagram is well connected as well. We need to encourage taking photos of your business. And go out there and encourage people to take photos, take selfies at your business, but as well as you take your own photos. The more photos people like photos, the search engines like photos, and that's going to be a plus. The more photos we can take, the better. YouTube channel. Even though you're maybe a local business or so forth, you need a YouTube channel. It's kind of one of these tricks is actually to get extra trust with Google in particular. You can verify your channel, and that's actually a pretty simple process. You actually verify with your phone number and a text message, and you verify your channel with your business. Twitter, is optional for a lot of businesses, but there are opportunities there to connect. It just depends on whether your customers or potential customers are on Twitter or not. So for local business, if we're just talking local, we're talking about website and optimization of the website and that SEO part. Let's take care of that. Okay, we need links from our website to our website from other websites, from other local area businesses, and our industry sites. If you are in a particular industry and you need to get certified to be in that industry, then you probably have a trade show and industry websites. So we want to make sure that we get listed on those. I mentioned BBB listing, part of the Google's EAT algorithm. Local citations. Local citations are basically getting your name, address, and phone number listed on websites like yellowpages.com and Google My Business and Angie's List and so forth. And there's also, I mentioned Yelp and social media websites, industry sites, and so forth. So important for a Google My Business listing. So basically, Google My Business is the way you connect and tell Google about your business, and it shows the name, address, and phone number. So typically when you do a search, there's going to be a photo of the business on the right hand side typically, and that knowledge panel, we call it, it's referred to as a knowledge panel. It's on the right hand side, or on a mobile phone it's pretty much at the top of when you search for the business or the business and the address or something for keywords. And so basically we want to optimize it. We want to make sure all of our everything is accurate on there, especially store hours and phone number, website, so forth. We want to actually make, Google gives us an opportunity to make posts. Okay, we can have the Google My Business app, and we can actually take a photo and post something directly on our listing, and they call it a post. In this case, and we're talking about farm gates that they make and custom gates and so forth. And so we made a post, and somebody will see that on the listing and eventually click on it to learn more about their gates. So, the other thing is we want to respond to all reviews. We want to make sure that keywords are used in our review responses. We want to answer questions, and there are opportunities to take it one step further and use Google Ads. A little bit about Yelp. Not a huge fan of Yelp, but it's one of those things that is necessary because it shows up so much and so many people use it, especially for local businesses, especially for restaurants and certain types. Yelp has expanded a lot of the different types of businesses that are allowed or will show up on there. But accurate information, the name, address, and phone number needs to be correct. There has been, for restaurants, be aware that sometimes, and especially lately, Grubhub and a few other Grubhub has been going in and changing the phone number on your listing, especially on Yelp. So you need to be aware that your phone number is your phone number. They do that because they want to get credit for people who will call the Grubhub phone number to place an order, and then they will get they will claim that they got you the lead. You need to make sure that the Yelp listing has your phone number on it, the accurate one. The other thing is you need to respond to reviews. I can't tell you just need to monitor those and respond. Whether it's a positive or negative, just respond and take care of the issue. It's all about customer service, and just Yelp unfortunately ranks and shows up in Google and the search results a lot. So we just need to make sure we're there. Industry sites, depending on your association, trade associations, member directories, other sites like Home Advisor, Thumbtack, Expertise, Porsche.com. And remember, what's interesting is remember that a lot of these websites rank well for, let's say, Tyler Roofing or something like that, and a city name and keyword, what we call barnacle SEO. And that means that when you do a search for your keyword and you see Yelp listed, well, the important thing is that somebody is doing a search and they might click on the Yelp, and go to Yelp. Well, you need to make sure that you're on Yelp right there so people can find you on Yelp. And so you're doing SEO so that you are showing up on sites that are ranking. You can't necessarily show up on your competitors' websites, but you could show up on sites where you can get listed. And we call that barnacle SEO. Straight up, SEO, we want to verify our website in Google Search Console. And Google Search Console, it's free. It's a way to show and prove that you're the site owner. And they give you a lot of information about clicks, impressions, where you're being found, what you're being found for, errors on your website. We want to actually audit our website, and there's services out there that provide us that auditing services. We want to find and fix all the technical issues, and we want to make sure our website's mobile friendly and secure, that it loads quickly. So one thing you may want to look for is test out how fast your website loads. You want to actually get a score, especially in the 90s, because that means that your website loads fast, either on a mobile device or on desktop and or a laptop. And that's important because the quicker your page loads, okay, the faster it loads, the more traffic Google is going to send you and more customers. The biggest issue here tends to be is that a lot of websites use very large images, and meaning that the website images are not necessarily large in the fact that they're, from left to right they're large. It's the fact that the file size is large, and it takes a long time for that image to load and that page to load, and it slows it down. So what we want to do is we want to optimize our images, make sure our web page loads extremely fast, especially on a mobile phone with somebody using a spotty cell service. We want to make sure that it loads quickly. Pay-per-click and paid search, there's a lot of opportunities. If you think you've done everything you can, but you just need more more people to walk in the door. You need more eyeballs on your website. Google ads. Google ads are are important to use. They have things called local ad extensions that basically allow you to put in additional information like your store hours or any specials. You can track all the calls that result from somebody doing a search and clicking on an ad. We call that call tracking. In the maps ads themselves, you'll see, it's hard to read on this particular page, but you'll see, something marked as an ad, and those are typically the top two. I did a search for roofers in Tyler, Texas, and I see two, two websites that are marked as ads, or two local businesses, and they're paying for every click. Facebook and Instagram has advertising options. I really like the fact that we can, if we have a Facebook page and for a local business, we can actually use local targeting. I have seen in my area, I've seen a local taxi service that offers and actually local cab or taxi, and they have run Facebook advertising and basically tell me that there are taxi, their business exists in the area, and so that's something they're doing on Facebook. It doesn't cost them a lot of money. They can, you can spend up to $5 a day, and just doing that, and you could test it out. There's a thing called lookalike audiences, and basically you can upload a list of all your current customers. And if all those current customers have Facebook profiles, meaning, that you would upload their email address, their name, their email address, and whatever information you have, like their phone number, their email address, their name, basically you'll build a customer list. You take your list and you upload that to Facebook. All of those people, or a lot of those people, have Facebook profiles. Facebook will actually look at all the demographics and location and interests and so forth, and create an audience that has the exact same demographics and information and as your current customers. And then you can send ads to those people, that these people actually have the same interests, the same same education, the same average salary, they're at the same location. You can target those same people and find a lot more potential customers. Remarketing and retargeting is a good thing to do, because it's another option that Google has, and basically it's somebody who visited your website. You can if they come to your website, you can send them ads, and you can send special offers to people who have visited your website. And that you've probably seen that where you've gone on to Amazon, you've searched around at Amazon, and then you go to Facebook and actually you see Amazon ads for that particular product that you were just looking at on Amazon. And so that's retargeting and remarketing, and they're trying to get the same ads in front of you because you have that same interest. So we've talked specifically today about getting listed, we've talked about responding, and we've talked about promoting. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. Thanks. Here's my contact information. I'm CEO of Hartzer Consulting. You can reach me at hartzer.com. You can connect with me on Twitter or on my Facebook page.